Hello, hello, hello. My fine model railroaders. Hope everything's all right. The microphone and all that good stuff. I haven't really messed with anything, so it should be. Yes, you was a little early, John. Schuylkill River Valley. New Ferris Railroad, welcome. Art, PDRR engineer, welcome. Jerry, welcome. Who else is in here? It looks like basically all of you so far. And I'm not getting a count on my counter, of course. Oh, there's Cousin Vinny. Welcome, buddy. And you can catch our Cousin Vinny tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on his live or Friday night live stream. There's Uncle Wilmer. You can check him out on Track Tuesdays. He should be in 2 weeks, I believe. Believe the next one should be Boxcar Benny, if I'm not mistaken. I think Boxcar Benny is the last one. Actually, yeah, it would start over, I guess, in August, because tomorrow's the 31st, so Saturday's the 1st already. So, who else we got in here? Dave BNSF in scale. Hey, I'm getting good at saying that now a little better. I've been practicing. BNSF. 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 If you practice it, my tongue, rolls with it, I think. Sometimes I get tongue tied, but that's everybody. So anyway, guys, now it's coming up 9, so it must have had a little delay. Martin, welcome. Why are you naked for? Welcome. Hope everybody's doing good. We've got a lot of heat here, so it's been in the 70s at night. Then it jacks itself back up to 80 something or low 80s in the morning, which is a good time for me to get out and try to do as much as I can in the morning while it's a little cooler. I can stand the lower 80s, but the higher 80s into the 90s, like it's been anywhere between 90 and 100 degrees here in Maryland. So now we're all feeling like sort of like Vinny, only Vinny and anybody out in Arizona gets anywhere from 100 to, and excuse the phone, guys, and obviously phone call coming in every time I want to live stream. But anyway, out in Arizona, it hits anywhere from 100 to probably 120, I would imagine, because it's desert and all that. And Vinny knows this, and for a fact, because Vinny's lived there a lot of years. So, Flying Crow, welcome. Dwayne's Fork and Spoon, Georgia Sunbelt, welcome, guys. Got about 14 of you. I'm going to go ahead and start this because I don't know how long it's going to take me to explain this, but we'll go through our live streams real quick during the week. You got Nate at 7 p.m. Eastern, Tom's Trains and Things at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's all on Mondays. Never mind that Mondays and Tom's Trains and Things. Tuesday, you have On Track Tuesday, which starts with Wilmer at the Indian Head Bowie Railroad. Tony at Redbird Tony 2010. The second Tuesday. The third Tuesday, I believe, is Dave Erber. I don't know why I keep calling him John. Must be thinking of Schuylkill River Valley. But that's the Crooked River and Eastern channel. And the fourth Wednesday of the month, or however it goes into the month or goes out of the month, however you want to consider that. Barn Full of Trains, welcome. But Dave, they're all at 7 p.m. Boxcar Benny is the fourth Wednesday of the month. And if there's a fifth Wednesday, there's a special guest to be determined and announced. And they're all at 7 p.m. for the exception, I believe, of Redbird Tony, who goes live, I always say, anywhere between 7 and 8 p.m. Because of his work schedule. So anyway, with that being said, Wednesday we have Sparky 107. And his is the Wednesday night live chat. He don't call his the live stream. He calls it a live chat because that's how it is on YouTube, so you can look it up faster. Basically the same thing, just little different name. But Thursday you get stuck with me when I'm able, and I'm trying to poke myself in the nose with that. That felt good. But then Friday you got Cousin Vinny, Friday night live stream, 8 p.m. and Sparky and I's is at 7 Eastern, and Cousin Vinny's is at 8 p.m. Eastern, all Eastern times. Saturday, I believe you got RWC Toyman, which was Toyman 2448, I believe, at one time. But Ron over in Canada, he goes live, which is more or less not a PG stream. So if you want to hear some other language, that would be a stream to go into. And all kinds of nuttiness. But anyway, Sunday, I know Michael Cole, you know who I'm talking about. I know he's in there somewhere. I believe he's behind Sparky or Vinny, either Wednesday or Friday, I believe. I forgot about him. But Saturday morning you do have Back on Track, I believe. I believe that's what it's called, with Shannon and the guys. And I believe they're 10 p.m. or a.m. rather in the morning. Sunday, I do know you have Saturday. I don't know if Nora's on one of them nights. And Sunday, Ray Boble is on with his Sidetrack Sunday or On Track Sunday or some Sidetrack Sunday, something like that. It's called. I can't remember names, but anyway, guys, Digger Evans, welcome. Crazy Joe 67, you're new. Welcome. I believe you're new. I seen you in who was it? Sparky or Nate's or somebody's the other night, or Tom's Trains and Things, maybe. I don't know. I didn't watch too many of them this week for some reason. I think the heat's getting to me. But anyway, on to what this live stream is going to be about. And I'm going to scoot this down a little bit and see what comments I'm missing. Jack. Hey now, knucklehead model railroaders. Must be a knucklehead that wrote that. How you doing, Jack? You're all right. You're all right in my book, buddy. We don't have no problems between one another that I know of. You just give me a hard time once in a while because I'm still DC, but that's beside the point. So anyway, guys, I'm hoping that this is going to work, so bear with me. This is the only way that I really know how to do this because I'm not, electronically inclined for, changing the screens and putting videos up like Vinny and Sparky and all them guys can do while they're live. So bear with me, and I'll change the camera real quick to my webcam, and you will see my okay, you're talking to Jack. The heat been getting to you. Yeah, well, I know how you feel, Jack. I know what you mean. Between you and Vinny and the rest of you that live out that way, I can only, and that's my chair squeaking, guys. I'm sorry. But anyway, if you can see all this, and I got my pointer, which is a stick, a skir stick, or whatever you want to call it. Make sure the wiring in there. Okay. And this is on my iPad. I snapped a picture of this and by my iPad, and so I could put it on my other my external or my second cam that I usually do stuff here on the desk with. But anyway, I mean, that pretty good idea when you're in a pinch and you did this like the last few minutes before your stream. But anyway, let me take a drink here real quick, guys, and I will try to explain. Vinny, you've seen the picture of this, but it has changed over around here. So you're seeing almost the same basic diagram, but everything from back here is a little different. So let me see if I can. I hope you all can see this, because this ain't very good way of doing this, but it's, you know, it's going to be pretty much the only way I can do it. Tom's Trains and Things, welcome. I just seen your name come up. So let me know how it looks to everybody. I know it's going to be a little blurry up top here. It looks a little blurry because it's setting at a slant in the case. But anyway, let me see if I can get my pointer in the right spot. Okay, wherever the train starts, let's say, well, first of all, let's cover this. Back here, this line that's going in the back of what looks like a circle is coming down the incline decline from the second level, or the what I call the 2/3 level, because it's level 2 in one spot and level 3 to my layout on the main platform. So basically this is like level 3 is where we're at. If we did the incline decline, that's here in the back, and this is hard to do. So but anyway, because I gotta look at the computer screen and the okay. Well, anyway, this is incline decline going down here to a Y, or it'll be on a right hand switch going into a Y switch, and then it'll be able to come in, or actually when it comes down the incline decline from level 3, it will go around here again and come across right there at the crossing and come over, and it can it can like go around here and be running down here in Abbeville. And this is going to be mostly 18 radius. So just so anybody might ask, there might be a mixture of 15, just to be in the yard or something, where they're not going to be running a lot. But anyway, it'll come around, and it can do two of two things, or one of two things. It can switch, and it can go on the what I call mainline number 2 switch lead, which will go up here around. Now this little part right here is switches hooked together, where it can go back on. It can switch from mainline to mainline, or the yard lead to the mainline 1. But anyway, this line here will go into the yard, where my trains will pull in, and I'll stop them, and another one will pull out and basically do the same thing, or unless I take one up the incline, and I'll be able to run one up on level 3 at the same time as one down on level 1. It will all be isolated or insulated, however you want to say that. And this track, that's the incline decline, will be a separate transformer for the simple fact, because when this goes up here and does its thing on level 3, it'll come back down on off another Y up here and travel down on the same track. That's the reason this is rigged up this way, because the train can come down here and it can go straight up the incline, or it can go and bypass and go around here and go around, the circle back there, or the long run circle, what I call it. It just gives it a longer run, and then it goes back across, and it can come back on this on the main line number 1, and it can also switch this way and go across this crossing, and it can be continuous run, which is basically going to be a long circle. Technically, I guess you want to call it, but hey, it's running trains. That's all it matters. When you're DC, you don't have a lot, so you work with what you want, or what you got to work with. So anyway, back to this. It'll go around, and it can go up, and I'm not too sure if I might have hooked this back up on there. I'm not sure if that's hooked up or not. I forget if I did that or not, but it will be like maybe a offset figure 8 type thing, maybe. If this is hooked up, I'm not sure. I'll have to look at it, but I'm thinking that I hooked it up that way, or wanted to hook it up that way. It'll go around here, and it can come, or it's supposed to be hooked up that way, and it can go like this down here in the Abbeville again, and around, or across that crossing and around, across the same crossing, the 45, and it can go, if the Abigail Brook Bay Bridge, which is my daughter's name, Abigail Brook. That's why I named it the Abigail Brook Bay Bridge. It can go across there. Basically, what this bridge is going to be for, it's going to be so I can still have a train going continuously around. If I just have cars or something set here on the bridge, the switch is right here, which is hidden, but I'll have all this bridge to have a train sitting there, and I can put the cars into one of the 6 tracks. That is 6 tracks right there, guys. They're kind of close. That's the reason it's the black, but there is 6 there. That is the yard that I was talking about, that my friend pulled out of the trash of his neighbor's layout that they destroyed, and he got the layout, and this was part of it. This was their yard, and he gave the yard to me because he didn't have no room for it and no use for it. So he gave it to me. It was already on a shelf board, and I mean already rigged up, and I rigged it and modified it into my lift out bridge right here. And this is a lift out, or removable board with track on it. So, and the switch will be removable as well, and they'll just be board right here remaining on the front of the actual layout bench work layout bench work. And I'm also going to modify this board, this shelf, to that it'll have legs on the front and it will flip down when there's no cars on it, where I can get in underneath the actual layout for storage if I need something or whatever. I'm going to make this flip down, even if I got to unload all the cars, somewhere. I'll take them off the tracks. It don't matter. You got to take them off the track or move them anyway if you want to clean tracks. More than likely, yard tracks ain't going to get that dirty. Just cars, but in a shed you get a lot of dust, so I gotta constantly try to vacuum. At least I'm supposed to be vacuuming once a month, but you know how that is because of bugs and everything. But I just haven't been out there. But anyway, this is 6 tracks, and this is what I call the Abigail port yard, or a barge yard. I don't know if that's actually a thing. I know there's a barge that, it looks like a yard that floats, that's pulled by a tugboat or ship or whatever. Usually it's a tugboat or some kind of boat. But I wanted some kind of yard under her name. So this is like the Abigail Port Yard, or Port of Abigail, or in somewhere in them lines. But anyway, if you come around back to the main line, you're coming around here, you can switch and go up here to cross this crossing and into main line 2/yard lead, and go around that way also, to pull the trains in. Or if you bypass this switch and go across the Abigail Brook Bay Bridge, you can go up here and do constant running. I can probably do constant running just by, just if I just want to run through the yard and do it that way, it would work too. It wouldn't really matter. Like I said, it's a DC railroad. So it's basically going to be a fun railroad where I can go out when I'm able and sit in the shed and turn my transformers on and watch trains constantly run. Here I'll be able to, these switches are actually manual, or what I call manual. They don't have no switch machines or nothing on them. So, and they also have metal frogs. So they're definitely an upgrade switch to what I use. But I don't worry about frogs and all that stuff, because I got a way of doing signals and other stuff. But out here I will be able to have a train pull in, and I'll be able to of course 5-finger switch, because this right here is going to be a little tricky where it connects when this goes in. I gotta pull or push down on the track just a little bit to get the rails to do what I want them to do. So, I mean, I know I'm know what everybody's or a couple people's going to say. You're going through a lot of work because it's just DC. Hey, it's layout. That's that's all I'm worried about. And everybody always tells me it's you got to have fun in order to enjoy your layout. Just like auto or my dirt track racing, I have fun doing it as long as there ain't a lot of problems. And I enjoy doing it. I mean, it's it's a hobby. The same way of this. I mean, you can somebody can consider this toy trains, or they can consider it actual model railroading. But toy trains to me is push trains and a train that you put under the Christmas tree that uses batteries, or some kind of remote train controlled train, which no offense with DCC or DC throttles. I'm just saying, toy trains or is something you push and put batteries in. That's the way I always looked at it. So to me, this is a model railroad. I mean, because it has switches and all that, and it's going to have circuit boards operating stuff if I ever get them, get that far. But I mean, this is actually probably going to be a lot of work in a lot of people's eyes, but to me, it's just something that I always wanted to do, and it's about time that I do it. Because I don't get a lot of videos out there to do train running. Most of the trains that you see on my videos is just a simple circle up on the shelves, which is fine. That's still a model railroad to me. I'm not up there pushing them around or putting batteries in, and switching them on. I'm actually controlling them by a transformer or a power pack, whichever you want to consider it as. I mean, but this is a Hot Rod Rodney model railroad. That's my story, and I'm sticking to that. So that's the way I look at it. Some people agree, some people won't, but hey, it's my railroad, so I'm going with it. John 26:18, welcome. It's not BNSF to have compassion for UP. Well, I like UP and BNSF. I know they ran, both of them ran through here couple it was been probably 3-4 years ago now, when I was still working down at the school where I worked. I seen them come by, and they had a NS unit hooked to a BNSF unit and a Union Pacific unit. Now, you talk about an excited person that day. I stopped cleaning what I was cleaning because I was a housekeeper maintenance guy at the time, and I looked out the window, and those 3 units was pulling this big long, I don't know if it was an intermodal train or just a freight train or what, but my camera went out, and unfortunately, time I got my phone up and recording, those units was done past the building windows, so I didn't really get the units, but I think, I don't know if I got part of the train or not. It might have been one of them days the phone didn't want to work or something, but whatever works railroad, welcome to the live stream. So anyway, guys, that is my diagram. And like I said, the big black mark over there coming off that switch is 6 tracks. So it's just they're so close together on the software drawing that I didn't want to put them wide apart, if you know what I mean, because they're setting something like that, but if you turn the actual diagram in the 3D or something like that, you can actually see spaces. So because it came out, like this on here, there is actually a little bit of space in between the actual tracks, but there is 6 of them there. But it looks like a big black spot to you guys and me. So, but somewhere I'm trying to, I don't know, I'll have to look at this because I'm not sure what that little, that thing is in the back that I put in. It's 2 switches. Let me see if I can get my pointer where I'm talking. Oop, let me get my cursor off my screen so I can, it was setting right over that. But anyway, trying to figure out what I did here. I'm going to have to look at them 2 lines. I know there's switches, but I'm trying to figure out if that's still going to work since I had to change a little bit of something back here. I'm not too sure if it's going to be able to work there or not. Well, but I want to be able to, the whole idea of this, and I'll explain this a little bit, is when you come down, you can bypass going up the decline, and you'll be able to, should be able to go around and do a longer loop in the back, which is actually in front of the incline-decline track. Because I wanted to do it that way for scenery. But it's in the back of the shed, so you really won't see the scenery unless there's a camera on it at the time. But it should come around right here, come across that crossing, and I should be able to go into the yard or up here, but I'm going to have to look at that and see if I can modify that, because that don't, yeah, I see it now. It's coming. I see it now. I can still, I see it coming across, and it can still go on the main line, or it looks to me like the yard lead might be going across the switches into the main line. Okay, well, that works. But I think it'll work. I know I'm going to have to isolate these tracks because of different power packs or whatever, to get them in and bring them down here. And more than likely, I will pull them in towards me down to here, because this is actually the front of the shed where you see me do Prestonburg, which is up above this level right here. It's actually level 2, which is where this incline-decline will be on level 3 back here on this main platform. but out here in the front section on the tier, or yeah, the triple tier, will be, it's above this, which is level 2 out front, which is the reason I call it level 2/3, or in this case, what else did I call that? 2F and 3B or something like that. I forget what other name I had, but I usually call it 2/3 on the level part. That's just my identification for it. I mean, you know, when everybody sees it on camera, it's, you know, it's just going to look like a mess of bench work and a bunch of platforms stacked on top of one another, really. Which, you know, and a bunch of boards. So thank you, Art. Yep, Joe. I that's what I planned, to do it however I want. It's the whole idea is to have fun. And this is the way I want to have fun. DCC, I have nothing against DCC. I know I keep saying that, but um, I just, I can't go that route right now. And I'm not sure if I ever will be able to. Way this year is, it's really kind of screwing stuff up big time. So, and my mom's going to retire next year, and that's probably really going to screw a lot of stuff up more. So she'll be home, and I'll end up having to, you know, go out, try to find a job to take over the money income and so forth for the house payments and stuff like that. Either that, I don't want to end up losing the house. But what size is this layout? Well, the shed is 30, I'm going to say 36. I'm roughly 36 long by 12 wide. That's probably more on the outside than it is the in, because you lose some space. So it's like 11 and something on the inside by you know, less than 36 foot. So I'm pretty sure it's either between 32 and 36. I know it's about the size of Sparky's shed part with his trains in it. Or that could be wrong too, because he took some of it and put the lawn stuff in, but for storage. But anyway, the layout, however, is, I do know, is 16 of that, 16 foot long by let's see, on your walls, your wall frames. When my dad put the 12-foot boards in, he actually put them inside the walls to screw them fast. So the walls is actually coming down to the framework, or up to the top of the platform, and that way we didn't have to cut our 12-foot boards. And let me change cameras, guys, so you can so I'm not talking to a wall. or I feel like I'm talking to the wall. But anyway, let me see if I can get the light out of there. But anyway, I'm trying to explain that the best of my knowledge. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to try to explain it anyway. So you have your wall, and the framework board comes in and hooks to the wall of each wall piece. So it's definitely strong. You know, there's no give to it with the 12-foot boards. He put legs right in the middle of the 12-foot board, so you know it's like, I don't know, it would be 6 foot, I guess, in the middle, somewhere along those lines. You're just not getting the full 12-foot board as your layout. So it's approximately, I know it's got to be at least 16 foot back or long ways, and probably at least 10 foot or something across, which, you know, could be wrong, but it's approximately somewhere along in them lines. It's a pretty big platform. It's just, I built, you know, other levels, and we sort of stacked them when my dad was still living, and he put his trains where he wanted, and I put some of my trains. Of course, some of my trains is on the shelves that he put, you know, clear around the shed. Well, actually, one is going the whole length of the shed, which is on switches, but it'll switch in the front of the shells and in the back of the shells. But yeah, I mean, it's a very old school type way of doing stuff, because not everybody is going to build, you know, all one big platform of plywood and bench work frame and crawl up on their layout to walk around to get to upper levels of trains. I don't see no other YouTube channels of anything like that, except mine. So, you know, I mean, I know some people can get up on their bench work to work, you know, take stuff up, scenery and backdrops and all that good stuff. But that's only like, you know, what, 18 inches at the most, that, or some of them layout shells. I mean, but this, I mean, this is the foot wide shelf boards that's up for the shelf. And of course, they had extended to one where we could actually get 5 Lionel tracks on instead of just 2. Because with a foot wide shelf board, you can only get approximately 2 plus an HO out in front of it, which is what I did. So there would be 3 trains on some of the levels, and then the very top one, or one of the upper levels, he took and extended in the back with a board, and then put the shelf board out in front so he could get 5 trains and have that one loop 2 different ways, and, you know, have it automatically switch. Anybody that knows Lionel O or O gauge or O scale, you'll know what I'm talking about with the automatic Lionel switches. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, for the layout is, I mean, the layout size, I mean, I don't know the approximate size. I'm pretty sure it's about 16 long and about 10. And that's the reason most of the trains are up on the wall running around. And of course, they cut across right, where the original front of the layout is, with posts going up for the metal brackets. So, to hold the shelf up. But then, to get up there, we extended it out because we both had desks where we called them desks. Now, it appears that they're either full of transformers or trains, whichever side you look at. But I mean, I modified everything to use it as part of the layout because we already had a long bench that we could do repairs or whatever at, which brings me to that part, which looks like it's 7:55. Wow, what a way to kill an hour. But anyway, whoop, hit a button. But anyway, I am going to work on some more layout designs that's going to be modified into the one I showed you and explained to you. I'm going to be working on my level 2. It's probably not going to change much of what it is already, which a lot of most of you have not seen at all, unless you look closely on my videos when I do stuff out there in the shed. But I'm going to do a design for layout 2 or level 2, which will include Prestonburg, which will be up top of Abbeville. So I'm going to do that. And then off of level 2 out front, there is going to be a remove or coming off the switch that's hidden. It will come across under the air conditioner that's in the one door, walk-in door, and it'll go across. And I'm going to have, all depending on how I can work it out, I might have 1 or 2 yard tracks over on my workbench in the back. I got those those divider drawers that you can put parts and other stuff in that, actually come with screws in the sets. Well, a lot of them got emptied over the years, and my dad and I kept them because you can use them for anything. Well, I'm going to set those up, and the track that is coming around on a removable bridge along the actual walk-in doors will come around on the workbench, and there'll be like a little yard there I can put like a couple storage tracks or something there if I have cars to that has bad work orders or something like that, or just needs general maintenance, I can probably put them right on those tracks, to make it look like they're in the yard, or I could just actually do an operation and and put some cars there, just to have another place to put a yard. Up on the second/third level, there will be a very small yard, one or two yard tracks, which will be like a storage track, because really all that's going to be up there on that level is a local, sort of a local freight, out of town freight type thing. It's going to come up from the bottom, up the incline, decline, and come up on that level and go into Prestonburg, and Prestonburg will be railroad served just by one or two box cars for their material and their product, their food, and whatever else they might order, for the town of, or the historic town of Prestonburg, which is what it is. It's right there in the name, historic. It's a historic site. That was made up. Prestonburg was named after my friend that passed away. Oh geez, it's got to be at least 15, 20 years now, maybe somewhere in those lines. He was a lot older than me, but we hung out when I was younger. We worked together. But he passed away, and I wanted to have his name into my layout somehow, so I named the area Prestonburg and made it a historic site. It will have a trolley ride up on the upper level of Prestonburg, and it'll have the freight train or whatever that will pass through, and it has a switch in the back, which will be electric, because I won't be able to reach it, but I'll be able to take a switcher and back a couple cars or whatever into there, and have them set there right at the entrance of what I call Prestonburg Model Railroad Club, and vendors that's inside my foam. It's all big piece of foam, but I made it so it looked like it was cut out. But they enter in there, and there's a big Prestonburg Railroad Club, and concession stands and all that good stuff. A concession, or a shop where you can get t-shirts and stuff like that. It's all imaginary in there. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. This should be lots of fun to try, because I got to tear my everything up and try to get around a couple different things to get all this to work. There's not as many yard tracks on here that I would have liked on my diagram, and of course the lights in the middle of it, but I was hoping for 10, so I could have like 10 different trains sitting there, but unfortunately there's maybe 6, if there's that. But there is some room on in that open space there, so you never know, there might be another yard put in there sometime. So anyway, it ought to be fun to build. Like I said, it's all DC. That's all I can afford. And I've collected so much of it over the years that I don't know if I would even want to move to DCC. I mean, it probably wouldn't be real hard because I do feeder wires and all that stuff for DC for, future future stuff. But anyway, we're going to end this stream because we're going on 5 minutes over. 18 of you, I like it. That's good. If I can get at least, between 18 and 25 each Thursday, I'm happy. And more, that's, that'll be even greater. But anyway, till next time, guys, I'm going to end this stream. Thanks for watching. Be safe out there. God bless you. Have a good weekend. And don't forget to go to BNSF 6951's channel tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for our cousin Vinny for his Friday night live stream. And that's Eastern time. So make sure you check him out. Give him some love, as well as the other live streams during the week. And our two shows, Not Bad, which will not be on next week, as Wilmer announced. He will not be doing a Not Bad next Monday. But check out Roy Smith for his layout update and for dispatch. So bye for now, guys. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. God bless, and we'll catch you later. Oh, it never cut off. Wait a minute.